February 2020, Melly was involved in a multi-inmate fight inside the day room of his area unit and was given a DR for his role in the fight. October 2020, placed on a room restriction for refusing to go back to his cell as he was trying to hide while on the phone.
And developing now, there's a new push to get rapper YNW Melly out of jail. He's currently awaiting retrial for two childhood friends, but a new lawsuit alleges he's being held in
Jail logs paint a wild picture of YNW Melly's lockup life. February 2020. Chaos erupts in the day room. Melly tangled in a multi-inmate melee, earning a disciplinary rap for jumping in. Fast forward to October 2020. He's slapped with room restriction after dodging a cell return, ducking while glued to a phone call.
Maya Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
Momentum surges for YNW Melly's Jamal Demon's release crusade, but it's a desperate gambit amid a legal vice. Since his 2019 arrest for the October...
People are upset. I said, this is a gunner plea. This is a gunner plea. This isn't a plea saying you have to tell on him, but this is a plea that you're going to have to provide all the details that they were missing to convict him. And that's why it's a gunner plea. Why do I say he signed a gunner plea? Because YNW Melly, and I watched the case, we covered it. YNW Melly's case is that, number one, you guys have not done a job to prove that this is actually they have proved, but prove that this is a homicide with this person being the offender. Also, the accessory after the fact plea confirms that
2018 drive-by slayings of childhood crew YNW Sockchaser, Anthony Yanu Williams, and YNW Juvie, Christopher Juvie Thomas. Melly's navigated a mistrial labyrinth.
Bortland, that's kind of like almost like a sub part of a conspiracy, except you weren't with the conspiracy at first. You came in after the fact. What that proved is that they came in. What that proved is that Bortland worked with someone after he acknowledged that a took place in trying to cover it up. You hear what I just said? When pleading to an accessory to after the fact, you have to acknowledge that the happened and you assisted someone or in some way to cover the. Now, if Melly's statement is, how do we know? And then secondly, how do we know who did it? Because they said it was a.
First jury deadlocked in 2023. Retrial stalled by appeals. Now, pretrial detention morphs into warfare. A blistering lawsuit blasts Broward Sheriff's Office for cruel and inhumane torment, from sub-zero cells and starvation rations to total family blackout. It's a bid for immediate freedom, spotlighting how unconvicted celebs often endure worse than lifers.
Flipping. He is going to be tell-all about anything he knows about the double case, and they will know if he's telling the truth or telling a lie when he gives his full quote-unquote confession as to what happened that evening. And that's what happens. A lot of times where guys are in the prison for 4 or 5 years awaiting trial and looking at a life sentence, and they're offered 10 years where they'll be home probably in another 3 years that he'll serve.
Yet the inferno? Witness tampering's fresh blaze, threatening to torch his murder defense. Insiders whisper plea inevitability on the double homicide. Why roll dice on retrial when side deals beckon? Prosecutors bombshell. Ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton defects, primed to eviscerate on tampering. Life without parole dangles as leverage. Mariah's saga screams cinematic.
He decides to flip and become a cheese eater. And that's what happens a lot of times on these cases. And I was expecting it to happen a lot sooner than it did. He held out for quite some time. But long story short is it looks like he's going to flip. And it makes the case on YNW Melly, depending on what he says, which I anticipate he'll say that YNW Melly is...
Clean record shattered at Broward County Jail. U.S. Border Patrol ambushes her Monday at Miami International, jet-lagged from abroad. Flashback. Subpoenaed for Melly's 2023 trial, she vanishes stateside, sparking a manhunt. Late 2025 homesickness lures her back. Real ID triggers Fed flags. Cuffs snap on landing. Feds eye her as key to the Jeep's fatal night, but tampering's the hook.
The YNW Melly. I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated. When you done chose to play somebody.
Melly allegedly orchestrated her exile to dodge testimony. Plea math crystallizes the trap. Mariah's jail hell, post-arrest grind, breaks her. Testimony barter unlocks release. iCloud hauls damning chats proving coercion. 6 new counts hit Melly and accomplices. Tampering, criminal direction, solicitation/conspiracy, device misuse, some life eligible.
Okay, so
Then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a.
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going.
Codef Portland's flip, 10-year accessory plea. Piles polygraph-tested details. Industry watches warily. Melly's murder on my mind fame clashes with guilt optics. Rapper split. Free Melly chance versus reap what you sow. Lawsuit PR?
Names. Your full legal name for the jury.
Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the in this case?
Yes, I am.
How's that?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
Genius deflection, humanizing amid horror. But with Mariah's snitch saga and Bortland's blueprint, plea whispers grow. Educational edge. Tampering elevates murders to racketeering tiers, sentences soaring. Will Melly fold for 25 to life or fight fading odds?
He got in the back seat on the right-hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
Momentum builds, but the maze tightens. High odds of a tampering guilty verdict? Melly's eyeing that murder plea later this year. Trial kickoff 2023. Cops hunted Mariah nationwide. She bolted abroad.
This is sloppy. Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They're like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be.
Late 2025. Homesick for family. She books a flight under her own name. Boom. Fed alerts trigger. Agents cuff her on arrival. Feds swear Mariah holds the blueprint on Sock Chaser and Juvie's ends, but that's sidebar for now. Priority? Nail Melly for strong-arming her overseas dodge ahead of trial. Her return? Rough cell stretch until she bartered testimony for freedom. Post-flip Facebook vent. Shout out my village, love y'all deep. God's script, not mine.
And Chris Thomas are. So what you're also going to find out is while Mr. Devins is out there on the side of the road, 4 in the morning, 4:42 specifically, he sends a drop pin, digital homing beacon, to his current location, to one of his friends, Frederick Givens. Frederick Givens is also involved in the music industry.
Court filings unearth iCloud gold. Digital receipts proving Melly's meddling. State unleashes 6 fresh counts on Melly and 2 accomplices. Witness tampering, criminal enterprise direction, solicitation/conspiracy to tamper, plus illegal two-way device abuse. Some pack life bids on conviction. Melly's communication game inside? Straight spy novel. Phone privileges yanked. So he's smuggling notes through proxies, sparking a daisy chain of calls. Desperate lengths to muzzle witnesses like Mariah and her mom, deploying celeb code.
And he asked to be picked up. Frederick Givens, then, about 11 minutes later, is sent another drop pin, where Mr. Devins has moved a couple of meters. What you're going to find out as well, though, is these digital leashes They have more than just phone call.
Rihanna, ASAP Rocky's baby mama. Extreme cover-up vibes. But the knockout blow? Co-defendant Bortland flips hard. Headlines confirm. Plea sealed, proffer locked. He's singing for a sweetheart deal. Accessory after the fact nets 10 years, plus 6 on probation. Deposition subpoenaed for civil suits already. With Mariah and Bortland both bartering testimony, Melly's corner darkens fast. Judge demands facts for the no-contest plea. Bortland spills the blueprint on Sock Chaser and Juvi's demise. It's a gunner plea. Not blind loyalty, but forced detail dump, crooning like Franklin in the shadows. Experts liken it to gun-for-hire testimony. Feds arming up with specifics to nail the triggerman. Twitter erupted, I called it. Gun plea alert. Not just snitch light. It plugs prosecution gaps, force-feeding conviction ammo. We've tracked this trial wall-to-wall. Melly's defense hinges on 2 pillars. No proof it's murder, not drive-by, and 0 ID on the shooter. Accessory plea shatters that. It's conspiracy's shadow. You join post-crime, aiding the cleanup. Bortland admits. Murders happened, I helped hush it. Boom, validates the hit. Fingers accomplices. Melly's who did it rings hollow when he's the lone survivor suspect in that car. Drive-by narrative? Crumbling. Broward's retort. Security trumps comforts for high-profile risks. Hip-hop precedents abound. Young Thug's YSL Rico flips, Meek's bid bonds. But Melly's viral infamy amplifies. Bortland's spill validates forensics, left seat shots. Mariah's coercion saga. Juror sketches. Plea math tempts. 25 life over death-qualified gang enhancements? Yet defiance burns. Melly defies counsel on thug picks. As Bortland barters freedom, Melly's maze narrows. Flip the jail narrative, or face the Fed finale. His mom's interview? Gut wrench. No phone, mail hoarded, while convicted cons dial freely. My boy's innocent, yet stripped of basics. Letters from loved ones? Vanished. Heartbreaking helplessness. She begs probe. Jail invents rules. Judges powerless. Court hearing? Dismissed. Sheriff's fiefdom reigns unchecked. Melly's pleas. Hurt. Fearing for my life. Crush her. Completely powerless. Charleston White cackles. Thrilled he's tasting hell. Snuff lives. Forfeit complaints. Your game. Your grave. Boozy softens. Met mom mid-bid. Calls her solid. Stressed soul. Reminds me of my own mama's pain. Reached out 'cause I'm real. Courtroom showdown. Pretrial release hearing pit sides. Prosecutors flash Melly's own words. PC Gambino pings post-shootings. You good? Melly? I did that follow-up 10:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time 2018. SHH. Damning nonchalance. Prosecutors hammered home the visuals. Dog still tinning up, regardless of the bodies. Unveiling crime night security footage showing Melly claiming the Jeep's back left seat. A pivotal detail backed by court docs tracing bullets left to right path inside the vehicle, pinpointing the shooter's perch right where he sat. Juvi's mom, Leon, delivered eyewitness gut punch from the stand, IDing her son in back right and Julian in the rear driver's side, sealing the positioning puzzle. Defense fired back. No firearm at the scene, leaving room for drive-by theories, but their expert conceded without weapon specs. Tests stay hypothetical. The raid on Codef YNW Bortland's, Cortland Henry, spot unearthed pure poison. A Broward warrant for witness tampering spanning April 10th to July 22nd, 2023. Jury selection to mistrial, alleging he and crew strong-armed a subpoenaed witness to bail on Melly's trial, complete with seized sketches mapping juror seats and detailed likenesses. Screaming blueprint for jury intimidation or jury slides. Melly's nightmare peaks with Bortland's Fed-backed validation, primed to rubber stamp every accusation. Burning question. Why'd Fredo Bang scoop Melly and Chris Thomas post-chaos? Timeline ticks. 4:42 a.m. Demons drops a GPS pin, a digital SOS, to music insider Frederick Givens. 11 minutes on, second ping from mere meters away. These leashes? Beyond calls, unbreakable chains of cell data. Prosecution piles on. Street team enhancer. ballooning sentences by tagging Melly to gangs. Exhibit A. Snap with young thug, flaunting YSL vibes, 5-point stars, snakes, YNW4L hashtag, massive hand signs. Public flex, now forensic fuel. Key to your probe? Absolutely. Twist. Melly greenlights it as evidence, defying lawyers, sparking open court clash. First public rift. Against advice, client insists. Melly snaps. Don't care, I ain't teamed up. Can't prove squat. Counsel cites auto-stay rules. Judge parses. Gang enhancer demands jury finding, not instant penalty. Interrogatory interrogation ahead. Fresh ammo. XOBL block rep testifies Melly quizzed King Von on handling foes. Von spill Melly still crewed up? Nah, but Vibe screamed it. Posted my shot, he fumes. Wire that, bro. I'm like, you preach love, but trust extortus? He claims suck chaser and juvie schemed shakedown, yet stuck around. Sketchy math.